there are some dark times ahead, and we are already kind of in these dark times. But most recently, we've seen one of the biggest stablecoins in cryptocurrency get depegged pretty heavily, although there is some shining light in this news. And also, one of the biggest banks, or a very, very large bank, not too big to fail apparently, has failed. And this is an investment bank, or a Silicon Valley bank, which pretty much funds a lot of cryptocurrency operations. Therefore, it has affected greatly cryptocurrency as a whole, and the future of crypto looks a bit dim and dark, as well as the general economy, for a few reasons, which we're going to go over today. So yeah, first things first, not only did Silicon Valley Bank close, but also in the same week, Silvergate and Signature, and this likely the list will build from here. One bank falls, and then a domino effect plays out. But these are the most three plausible banks from which crypto businesses could get a fiat banking system of operation in the USA. It's going to be interesting to see what happens next. And this is what I mean by depeg. We saw 90 cents on the dollar for USDC coin, which is supposed to be exactly $1. Since it is almost fully recovered now, if we go to all times, you can see it doesn't look as drastic, although going down from $1 to 99 cents is definitely not a good outlook. It doesn't look as bad when we zoom out. However, this has cascading effects when a stablecoin with billions and billions of dollars in it goes and does something nasty. It's right now, $40 billion worth in this asset. So 10 cents of 40 billion times 40 billion is quite a bit. Now, if you're confused why I'm talking about a stablecoin called the USDC, this stablecoin is the stablecoin that had a depeg because of Silicon Valley Investment Bank and their going under, which caused the depeg, unaccessibility of some funds on the Circle side of things, which is the issuer of this coin, and now a potential bailout for the SVIB, Silicon Valley Investment Bank. So the thing is, though, with bailouts, there is a dilemma here. And CZ, the CEO of Binance, kind of goes over this. I'll let you read on the screen, but I'm going to summarize it. Essentially, you bail out one person, you're not only diluting your citizens, but if you do bailouts, banks don't really have incentives to manage risks. If things go wrong, they just get a bailout, and then banks can just take bigger risks, and in turn, more bailouts happen, they're activated, people are basically redeeming their coupons to get saved by the government at the cost of everyday people. The solution would be to just bail out the consumers, make the people who lended banks their money have access to their money. It is pretty simple. Hopefully we'll be able to see that. Imagine a bank that operated without touching the money. You put it in, you could get it out. That'd be pretty neat. But also Ripple, another big blockchain, an entire blockchain, the CEO of Ripple can confirm that the company had an undisclosed amount of cash in Silicon Valley Bank. So FDIC ensures that you can get up to $250,000 of your deposits back, no problems. But most people investing in these types of small banks had billions, tens of millions of dollars, which is a lot more than 250,000. Obviously, general consumers do not have over 250,000 on average in a bank, and especially not in a small bank. However, depositors will have access to all their money. Interestingly enough, this would probably never happen in a traditional banking settlement. Most of the times, yes, it is just bailouts. But in a lot of cases, consumers aren't the priority. It's the people with a lot of money. So just saying that. However, outside of this and into a more crypto-only niche or perspective, it's not the only thing Silicon Valley getting wrecked. We have FTX earlier this year, BlockFi, Voyager, Genesis, Silvergate, Circle, which is issuer of USDC because of Silicon Valley Bank, USDC, and all of these kind of cascade into each other in a sense, and one a lot of the time has causation to wreck another. So this is probably not going to be end of the wreck chain. Things are likely going to get a bit darker, and what I'm trying to say here is that we can prepare, and yes, we can prepare with some form of cryptocurrency and not go into the government's laps and just kind of sit there and let them keep us safe, but rather avoid a hostile takeover, take action to bank yourself, and also preach what you teach, or teach what you preach, or practice what you preach, and actually be your own bank. Actually get involved in making a difference, and don't just rely on the traditional banking system to save you every time, because if you are a small investor, if you're a retail investor, chances are it will not. Me, myself, I am from Canada, and there was a scare last year where people who participated in protests were getting their bank accounts frozen because they received Bitcoin or had cryptocurrency activity in their account. And this was overreach, an overrule from higher up in the government, where basically the government could just say, hey, you have crypto, you're suspicious, we're going to freeze your account. And that can happen with banks, but that can't happen if you natively own your own assets in cryptocurrency. I know a lot of these assets are speculative, and people usually advise to hold stablecoins. Well, one of the stablecoins just went to 91 cents. If you tried to buy something that day with it, wouldn't have been so good. And also, a lot of these stablecoins also are centrally controlled. So you're going to have to pick your own battles here. But I'm just shedding some light that this depeg and the whole scare of cryptocurrencies and things in crypto worth billions of dollars going downhill just gives the government another excuse to say, hey, we'll keep you safe. We'll come and we'll issue our own digital dollar, and there's not going to be a max supply. They have no issues printing it because it's just a few clicks of a button on a computer. And that wouldn't really be adoption. It would be more of a hostile takeover. This is kind of where we're headed with CDBCs, central bank digital currencies, and it is a bit scary to think, but you should probably be aware of it. However, the entire world is not doom and gloom, and I know this video, maybe it didn't teach you how to avoid all of this or what you should be doing, because truthfully, I don't have the answer to that. I would probably be doing it. But in general, what I am doing right now is holding crypto assets. Yes, I still have money in traditional banks, but using a big bank. I don't think big banks are too big to fail, but they have a lot less likelihood of failing. However, I would say for a long time here, majority of my net worth, about over 90% has been in just crypto assets. Right now it's a bit higher because of just income coming outside of crypto. But yeah, cryptocurrency is a large part of my life. I do think there's large benefits to it, especially when we talk about banking systems and traditional banking systems falling now more than ever, more than a long time, over a decade. Maybe it's time for a change in the operating systems of the world. And maybe, just maybe, crypto is a large part of this future that is beneficial to consumers and not just people with a lot of money. Anyways, see you tomorrow. Peace.